Gary Peterson here. Now what you just saw was what I perceive is the way you should play. I'm going to ask you not to be comfortable. Now that's a strange thing to say. Now, but what the reason is because most people, what they do is they want to hit the ball in the easiest possible position for their body. And so what happens is you see okay players, they come here and they'll just wait and then they'll hit the ball. They get a good outcome and it's a reasonable shot, but the problem is there's no pressure on the shot. What happens is with that extra time when the ball comes up and then it goes down, what that does is it allows your opponent to make position at the tee. So they come from, instead of being here and not quite settled, they get here and fully settled and ready to attack. So they make better court position, which puts a little bit more pressure on your shot, and therefore you end up just having to hit the perfect shot rather than just an okay shot. Now, when I say an okay shot, this is a funny thing. If I put the ball there and I go there, I only have to hit an okay shot, not a perfect shot. And there's a reason for that. What happens is I've taken time away from my opponent. So by taking time away, I took time away by taking the ball earlier on the bounce, on the rise. So I took the ball on the rise, and that made it more difficult for my opponent to get to the tee in time when I struck the ball. Now what happens in the timing of playing shots? If I hit, I'll come back here and I'll hit the ball. My opponent should change direction when I strike the ball. So then I will come back here. When he strikes, I will go bang and move and do the split step and off I'll go. So I will time my movement and my split step for when he strikes. So what happens is when I change my striking time, my opponent's not quite ready. Now what they have to do is they'll come back from here. Let's say they've come from the back, they've gone here, the drive's a bit short and they're there. They're going to have to, in midair, just go straight away and split where they are. And it's not a balanced split as opposed to this. They'll strike, they'll come back here, then they'll be controlled, and then they'll split balance. So they're really well balanced and really strong. But if they split in midair, when I talk that, if they split here and then they're stepping and then they've got to split, all of a sudden it just takes out that flow and the ability to change directions really quickly, really early. So the skill we're talking about is here, not waiting and then striking the ball. It's more here, there, and going to get the ball. So what happens if you look at my body when I hit that, I'll slow it down and show you. And what happens is I'll go from here, so instead of waiting for the ball to come nice hip height, I'll move my hip height, I'll come in there and I'll change and I'll put my body under stress. So it's a funny thing to say to be put under stress, but what it also does is it engages your body. So then your body gets engaged, you get really strong through the ball, you have to hit the ball quite well, and you have to have control over your muscles. So you can't do this if you don't have general control over muscle strength, in other words, over your core and over your body in general. So that means your arm and your wrist and your shoulder and your pecs and everything all through here, legs, strength, core, everything needs to be engaged. So there needs to be strong. And you can tell by the sound, the way to practice it is to set the ball somewhere around about here and just set it so it's just not a comfortable position for you to get to. And the reason I say it's not comfortable because I go there, I've got to go and get that. I've got to reach out when I strike. And so you need to get good at this skill. You need to get good at just hitting a reaching ball and hitting a quality shot. So I'm choosing to go on back foot, which you noticed. I don't have to go on back foot, but I choose to go on back foot. The reason is because when I come forward here, I'm getting this hip closer to the ball. So rather than choosing to go forward and strive there, and I take this hip away from the ball when I step that way, and then I've got to reach out here and my whole body is half, not broken, but not in full control. It's like when something's a long way away from your body, it's very hard to control it, to have strength through your body to control the ball. So if I could get closer, this hip, and so that's why I'll choose to go with the right foot. So I'll go forward with my right foot. So that there will go through there and that will give it strength. So what happens is your ability to get that foot or that hip in near the ball. It gives you the ability to play the shot. It also gives you this ability here, there, to snap it cross court if you want. So it's a pretty good thing. It works really well. It's not a difficult skill, but it does take time to practice. So you need to practice this skill over and over again. And if you can do it, then all of a sudden you'll find your game will just go to that next level, because time is more important than power. So when you understand that, you understand everything. So there you go. That's it. Get in there, take the ball on the rise. You'll find it'll just make all the difference to your game. And you'll just go to that next level and you'll feel more comfortable. You'll have more shot options. And you do need more strength. Build the strength and you get the reward.